6 Music.
Today from 4, Steve Lamack. At 1, Namone. Right now, Ian Lee in for George Lamb.
Good morning. This is Ian Lee filling in for George Lamb. Sorry, we have Ellie's not here today. She's sick today. Is she? What's wrong with her?
Do you think she took what you said yesterday to heart?
What did I say yesterday?
You said to her
offended?
That she was a young'un compared to us old-timers.
Yeah, well...
And that she had to sit outside the studio today, so she's taken that one step further.
She stayed at home. Us old-timers, if we've been sick... I'm sick. I've got my third cold of the year. Can you believe that? Where it's not even... Is it March yet? It's January still, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have my third cold of the year, so today is good. I apologise in advance. No, I don't apologise. It's going to be a very whingy show. Claire is here. Good morning, Claire.
Good morning.
Are you fine and well and stuff?
Just about.
Good. And Chris has moved. You've been promoted.
I've moved, yeah.
Into the studio. Mm-hmm. It does sound like an Irish accent, but
it does.
You promise me it's Scottish?
It is Scottish.
You're a Scotch. Okay. Well, are you poorly? Are you well?
I'm actually well. I think I'm the only person who is at the moment.
Ah, damn, you make me sick. I'm literally... my third cold of the year. We're going to be whinging a lot today, but we've got good stuff as well. We have Delta Spirits coming into the hub, I believe. That's the area I know is just outside the studio, and they're going to be playing songs, are they? They play songs?
Yes.
They are.
What time will they be playing their pop tunes?
At about 11:45.
Well, that's going to be worth sticking around for. And we have a book lady coming in called Alex Hemmingsley.
That's right.
What time's she coming in?
Later.
Later. The mysterious tease there that will get you all listening. I haven't got the bit of paper with the texts and the emails, but it's george.6music@bbc.co.uk, and you give out the text number, because if I give the wrong one, they get sex texts, and I don't want to be... Is it 64046?
Yeah.
There we go. That is what I'm talking about. So if you want... Oh, what have I done there? I've just pressed the wrong button. Look at that. So if you want to have a whinge, today we're just going to have a whinge. I've got plenty of stuff to whinge about. Also, I thought we would do... on Monday, we attacked you, dear listener, for your bad song lyrics and your bad... Can we attack the professionals today? Bad song lyrics. I'll tell you what this came about. I was listening to a little bit, and I'll say it. A little bit of Neil Diamond last night. You can't go wrong with Diamond. I was a fan of Neil Diamond before he was reborn into being uber cool with the producer fella in the 2 last albums. What was the fella? What's his name? Not Mutt Lang. That's Shania Twain's producer and ex-husband. What's the fella? He produced Johnny Cash and produced like the Beastie Boys. And he's got a beard. He's got a beard. 64046 if you know the answer to that question. Anyway, Neil Diamond, brilliant, but he's got one of the worst lyrics in the world. I shall reveal it after we've had the Staple Singers. Thank you. He's got a beard, the producer. What's his name? He's got the... Ah! I get the very strong feeling they want to take us there. I don't know where that comes... I just think that's what they want to do with us. It's Rick Rubin. Thank you, listeners. It's Rick Rubin. And Brian in London there, he says, Ian, pull yourself together, man. Really? What? I do. Well, listen, when I get a cold, I'm like all gentlemen, and I suffer it very, very badly. Very badly indeed. The third one of the year, though, that's the thing. That's what's so depressing. That makes me think maybe I should just end it all now. If I'm going to have colds forever... Forever? You just get over one? Chris, how many colds have you had this year?
I have had none.
Oh, man, your immune system is too strong.
It's haggis and stovies.
You need... Stovies?
Stovies.
What the hell is a stovie?
You don't know what stovies are? Stovies are a Scottish... I would say delicacy, but I think that's pushing it.
No. Is that the deep-fried Mars bars?
Oh, that is the delicacy. But you can have deep-fried anything, actually.
You deep-fried pizzas? Deep-fried pizzas I've seen up there.
Really?
It's very tasty, though, the deep-frying of the... not good for you, though. Surely it's just instant heart attack, isn't it?
Well, Scotland does have the highest rate, I suppose. So
well done there.
Reasons.
Well done. No, not well done. Hang on, that's a bad thing. Hey, listen, today's show is going to be a whingy show, and you are invited to take part. If you want to have a whinge, 64046 or george.6music@bbc.co.uk. I tell you what, I'm going to whinge. This is genuinely whinge-worthy. The new phenomenon sweeping the world. You seen these big cups? The big metal cups that everyone carries around with you. There were 3 people at my bus stop today with these big metal cups, and everyone on the tube had a big metal cup. What the hell is that for? Have you seen it?
Yeah.
When did these suddenly become... What's wrong? If you're going to have a drink, if you want to take a hot drink with you, that's weird. They got things like Starbucks and Costas now. You can buy them in the street. But what's wrong with a thermos flask? Then you take the little plastic cup off, you unscrew, you do the pour, you put the... And that's, what's wrong with that? All these huge cups.
It saves the pouring.
You just pour it straight into your gob. I'm not a fan of them. 64046, George Doc, 6music at bbc.co.uk. Yes, and the worst lyrics ever. I was going to... we'll mention the Neil Diamond a little bit later on. A huge Neil Diamond fan. He's the greatest living American songwriter. Let's say it now. It's out there. It's a fact. But he's written some absolute cack. I shall reveal all in a moment. The Airborne Toxic event. We played these yesterday, I think, and I quite like these. Yes, it was these. These are good. So, these are what I think are the worst lyrics ever written by a human being, right? From Neil Diamond's song, I Am, I Said, which is a brilliant song, a fantastic song. If anyone knows it, beautiful. There's a line that goes, I am, I said, to no one there, and no one heard at all, not even the chair. Not even the chair, Neil. It's not got ears. It's never going to bloomin' hear it, is it, you silly sausage? That's a terrible... Someone's come straight in, of course, with the Desiree lyrics, which, Chris, you like.
I like Desiree's lyrics.
Can we have them in your
laugh.
Irish Scotch lilt, please?
I hope you don't want me to sing, do you?
No, I wouldn't. I would never throw that on you.
Don't put that in the public. Right, yeah, we have. I don't want to see a ghost. It's the sight that I fear most. I'd rather have a piece of toast.
But now, that is...
Poetry.
We did it, I think, was it last time I was here, actually? We tried to get as many songs with the word toast in it, and it turns out there are stack loads of them. It's a very popular word. And the Kaiser Chiefs, what do you want for tea? I want crisps. Come on, boys. They're on their third album now. They're running out of steam.
They are running out of words.
And Vicky Hogg's having a whinge because she's going to Japan, and of course the pound is worthless now. Worthless. You go to Japan, it's going to cost you £1 million. I've got my friend coming over from Japan today, Shinomi, who is... Well, there we go. She's the manager of the band that does this, of the Kurikorda Quartet. One of the best bands ever. She's coming over, and I've got to take her... It means I've got to do all touristy stuff, which is brilliant. So today I was thinking I might go to St Paul's, go to Buckingham Palace, and then tomorrow I might do the London Eye. I've never done the London Eye.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, I haven't either.
It's just a big wheel, is it, that goes...
Yeah, round and round.
Yeah. When you say it like that, it doesn't sound so exciting, does it? And also, it's bad weather, so you're just going to be...
see much, yeah.
In a boo... How long does it take to go round? 20 minutes?
Half an hour, I thought, maybe, yeah.
Okay, that I can just about stand. George.6music at bbc.co.uk. We are whinging like nobody's business. And you can whinge about me being here if you want, as some of the emailers and the texters have done. Well done, you. I'm here for... It's only for a week. You can get past it. George will be back on Monday. You can text 64046. Bad lyrics and your whinges, please. I forgot we got the fashion gentleman coming in. When's he coming in?
Later.
We do
Last hour.
Are these people
After
just allowed?
12.
They're just allowed to turn up any time they want, are they?
It's really easy.
So shoddy. And we're talking fashion, which is obviously one of my favourite subjects. So we'll be able to. I may need a little bit of help.
But it's 90s fashion, and I don't think you've got a problem with that, have you? You haven't left it.
I haven't left it. No, I think it's still very current in my life. So what an action-packed show. I feel we can take it easy. Let's play a trail for the elbows, and then a song, and all nip out for a cigarette or something, shall we? I don't smoke, but we'll have a go.
BBC Six Music, Saturday evening from 10. A six-mix special. Elbow and other joints.
Well done. The bad lyrics are pouring in, but a bit of respect for the Def Leppard. Come on now, huh? Come on. What was the Def Leppard one we just had there? When you make love, do you look in the mirror? Who do you think of? Does he look like me? Def Leppard, Love Bites. It sure does, Def. It sure does, says Joe Evans. We've had 2 votes coming in at the same time for Snap's Rhythm is a Dancer. The lyric, I'm as serious as cancer when I say rhythm is a dancer. That Kiss rhyme cancer with dancer, but it's like I'm a Capricorn, she's a Cancer, I'm a something, she's a dancer, or something like which that's quite clever because he's doing about the star signs and stuff and saying actually we're made to make love is probably what Kiss was singing about. What else is there? The Killers. I've got soul, but I'm not a soldier. I quite liked that.
Yeah, I like that one as well.
You're nodding as though it's a bad lyric, though.
No.
I thought it was clever.
I thought it was clever. Now, here's the interesting thing. When does a lyric cross the line from being very, very clever to actually being rubbish? I don't think that one does. I think that's on the clever side. What's all this nonsense about Michael Jackson singing about vegetables? I'm not familiar with Jackson's music.
I'm trying to look up just now, actually, and see what it says.
We have the email. This is from Tim Fisher. Michael Jackson sings, "You're a vegetable and I hate you."
I don't think he sings "I hate you."
I'm not aware of that in the slightest. Oh, look, we're getting lots coming in for Sting. I bet there's a lot of terrible Sting lyrics. We'll do those. 64046, george.6music@bbc.co.uk. Them's the ways to get in touch. I'll be honest now, if you've got better things to do in the next 2.5 hours, I would go and do them. It's going to be a slightly lacklustre show, what with me being ill. It's another thing that I'm going to have a whinge about. Crime Watch is rubbish now. I used to love Crime Watch. Okay, this used to be my favourite programme. I would video it, Sky Plus it. If I missed another station I worked at, if I missed Crime Watch, I would hijack the whole show until someone. I once got a cab driver to bring me in a copy of Crime Watch that he taped on VHS, and I caught the end of it last night. What a load of tosh! I love Rav. Rav is brilliant. I think Rav should have, like, his own Saturday evening, sort of Noel's House Party type show. That would be brilliant, wouldn't it? All right. What makes Rav brilliant is once, he has, like, the video footage. He shows the video footage of, like, people robbing, like, off licences and stuff. And he went, have a look at this bloke. What an idiot. And he's got terrible clothes. Fantastic! Brilliant, man. He's got no respect for the criminals. But the lady that does it, she's no Nick Ross.
What, Kirsty Young?
Yeah, she's not got the gravitas that Nick Ross has. Nick Ross. And they got the wee fella on there. We were talking about short people yesterday. Matthew Amorolawa.
Who?
Matthew Amorolawa. I think that's his name. I could be wrong. But if you know, he's very tiny, and I know because I know someone who's worked with him. And whenever Kirsty Young, is that her name?
Yeah.
Whenever she's talking to him, he sits on a table to make him look like he's the same height as her. And it's just... Oh, man, it's just lost the very soul. I used to say that the whole country should be forced to watch Crime Watch every month, because then there'd be no crime, because everyone would be grassing each other up and the criminals wouldn't want... It would be the perfect deterrent, but now it's just awful. So that's another whinge for me. Sorry, I'm in a very strange mood. I've had far too many decongestants, and it turns out it gives you a little bit of a buzz, which is very strange. 64046 is the text number. More of your texts after this.
Yes, oh, you are so good to me. Oh, you are so good to me.
Well, it turns out, what a strange ending to a song. It just kind of parps out there, doesn't it? There are lots and lots of bad lyrics coming in. We'll do all of these after the latest Six Music News.
On digital radio and online. BBC Six Music.
Teenager charged over father of five's murder. Footballer denies sex assault, and Asda expands.
And in Six Music News, new Doves track online, the streets in Cambridge and Motorhead tour details.
Six Music.
BBC News at 10:30. I'm Catherine Cracknell.
OK, this is Ian Lee, filling in for George Lamb. We've got an excellent email from Stephen Norwich. When it comes to dodgy lyrics, I think Phil Lynott takes some beating. My particular favourite has... I've never been the fan of Thin Lizzy, apart from Boys in Back in Town. Surely it's all rubbish, isn't it? Whiskey in the jar? Come on. My particular favourite has always been Jailbreak. Tonight there's gonna be a jailbreak somewhere in this town. Well, Phil, says Steve, I'm no detective, but I'd suggest if there's gonna be a jailbreak somewhere in the town, gonna have to be somewhere in the vicinity of the jail, don't you think? Otherwise, and I don't want to be pedantic here, it isn't actually a jailbreak. That is genius, sir. Well done. Now, we've we've got Phil in Coventry on the line. Good morning, Phil.
Good morning.
I think you and I are about to fall out, sir.
OK.
Come on, give us your bad lyric, please.
Well, it's written by Ringo Starr from Don't Pass Me By the Beatles, and
Yes.
it's I was so unkind to you, it was so unfair, you were in a car crash and you lost your hair.
Now, come on. Let's go around the room. We have a young person, we have an old person, and we have me. Well, I'm an old person, so I kind of sit in the middle. Young person, what do you think of that, Chris?
I'm going to be controversial. I don't like the Beatles at all.
Are we going to kick him out?
I do. Sorry, I don't get it.
You don't.
I'm
you
the
don't
only person in the world I know, but I don't.
What do you mean you don't? Well, you don't get brilliant pop, innovative pop tunes. You don't get it.
No, I just.
Sorry, Phil, we're being distracted here, but there's an idiot in there. You don't get it.
I just don't see what the fuss is about. It's not that good. The only one I do like one in my defence.
Okay, let's hear the one you like. I bet it's a rubbish one.
I forgot the name of it. Where's all the... I'm not going to sing. Where's all the lonely people?
They keep doing the lyrics. Go on.
Eleanor Rigby.
I can't remember the rest.
Where's all the lonely people?
Eleanor Rigby.
Eleanor Rigby.
You and I are going to have a very strong chat, young man. Take your top off. It's going to be fisticuffs. Claire, going back to the Ringo that Phil has brought up. You were in a car crash and you lost your hair. That's brave, isn't it?
It's touching.
It's exactly. It's a touching story he's telling. It could be based on a true story, Phil.
Well, yeah, and I don't want to obviously mock the afflicted, but there's something There's a bit of bathos going on there, I think.
You talk about mocking the afflicted. I'm worried, and I'm going to say this on the radio. I think I'm going bald. I do think I'm going bald. Yeah, I sent my sister a text yesterday. I said I'm really miserable. I think I'm going bald. I don't want to point it out. Look at you both looking at my head. This is all right. Calm down.
You've got really thick hair.
I have got thick hair, but there are bits where it's not. There's no hair anymore, and there used to be. I'm not going to point it out.
So is that a comb over?
Well, this is what... I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror yesterday, and it looked like I was doing a comb forward. It's there. I tell you, it's there. It's going there. It's receding.
Oh, receding. I have that.
Well, you're obviously going to be bald by the time you're 30. Look at that. You've got
thanks.
nothing under there. He's lifting his whole hair up there, Phil. Phil, listen, I'm not going to let you have that one, Phil. Someone has texted in, oh, bloody, oh, blada. So, yes, I think we'd all agree that that's absolute cack, wouldn't we?
Well, yeah.
OK, good lad. Phil, listen, you're too nice to fall out with. We'll just have to be friends and disagree, all right?
OK, then.
Good lad. What a nice... He did also say in his text that anything by Sting. You don't like the Beatles, and I'm going bald. What a day!
Oh,
let's
Dark Wednesday.
It's a very dark... Let's cheer ourselves up. Here's Morrissey. Well, this is very exciting. A lady has walked into the show. You're Alex Hemmingsley, are you?
I am,
I'm Iain
yes.
Lee. Very nice to meet you. I know you're expecting the handsome George Lamb. Instead, you've got the slightly grumpy, lanky man.
No, I wasn't expecting him.
Oh,
I've
you're not?
been listening in, so I was well
dear.
braced
OK,
for...
well, so you can read...
I can, yes.
And you've read some books.
I have too.
Well, this all works out perfectly. I read a book once, so we've got lots in common already. What I tell you, I've just now. Would you class this as a book? I've just finished reading The Watchmen. I say book. It's a comic. It's a graphic.
Oh.
It's a graphic novel.
I am all over graphic novels.
Yes.
I'm doing one next week.
Oh, really?
Adrian Tamine.
Oh, what's that?
Sleepwalker. It's brilliant. Adrian Tamine, he's great.
Okay, I'm just getting into them. I've always sneered at them.
Me too.
And then someone sort of read The Watchmen, and it's brilliant. It's the most exciting thing I've read in a long, long time.
I know. I've had a graphic novel awakening in the last year or so. I think it's that your eyes are doing something different.
Yes.
You're used to just going backwards and forwards, and suddenly
and it's all round and looking at this and you're looking
also
this one's got clever clues in it where things happen before that you miss, so you suddenly have to go back and go, oh, hang on, I see this links up with this.
I know, it's like the walls are melting or something. It's too much.
We're getting on well. But you brought in two books that you've read.
Yes.
I've not read them.
No,
I supposed to? Was there homework?
Well, they're only just out, so
Okay.
they're at the front of the bookshops at the moment.
I'll wait till they're on Sky Movies. Which one are you going to start with?
I think The Optimist.
Okay.
Get things off to a bright note.
Already the title puts me off a little bit.
Well,
it's too up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is
I don't like.
This month I decided to try and do books to sort of get everyone through January every week.
Yeah.
I fell off the wagon a bit last week and did one about sex and chocolate, but I'm back on the straight and
Why
narrow
couldn't I have been
again
here on the
now.
Sexy Chocolate Week? I would have had some of that. Well, the chocolate. Anyway.
The Optimist
Yes.
is... Lawrence Shorter is a guy... This isn't a novel, it's non-fiction.
Right.
It starts with him a couple of years ago just waking up... The Today programme beaming into his house, the newspapers everywhere, just constant bad news, constant bad news, and just realising this attitude that people think it's really uncool to be cheerful. It's like you're stupid or you're silly somehow if you're not just really cynical and really pessimistic.
It's not uncool. It's impossible to be cheerful. The world's miserable.
Well, his theory was that there must be a way that people are optimists. How do they do it?
Drugs. It's drugs. That's how
the next book.
Oh, okay. Oh, we've got a druggy book. All right, yes.
So he sets himself the mission to learn how to jump out of bed, learn how to secure personal happiness, and just generally save mankind.
What's this chap's name? Because I want to punch him in the face.
Lawrence Shorter.
Lawrence Shorter's he's on the list.
I'm with you. One chapter in, I did want to punch him in the face as well. But what he does is he goes off and tries to find all of these people. He starts off with sort of famous optimists like Desmond Tutu or Bill Clinton or people like that. So he goes and hunts them.
Yeah, but people have got a lot of money and a lot of power and influence.
Yeah, then he goes off down the sort of Californian guru people who have decided not to sort of be money or power oriented and just sort of drop out altogether and just find happiness by not really engaging with the world at large. And all of this would be a really profoundly tedious and irritating book.
What stops it from being so tedious?
Halfway through, he falls in love with someone from his yoga class who dumps him, and he realises he has no grounds to be optimistic. He's devastated.
Yeah.
So he's trying really hard to be optimistic, but he's really sad.
So he's oh, bless you, laughing. It's very sad, but you're laughing. Imagine falling in love with someone from the yoga. I've been to yoga from time to time. All the women there are very odd.
Well, he only went to this yoga class because there were pretty girls there.
Well, this is the thing. I go.
You've got to find the right one.
I go with my girlfriend, and there's at times I'm the only bloke there, which is quite nice. Sometimes there's another bloke there who you think he's there just to try and get some sex
there are
with
certain
bendy women.
Yeah, bendy men, and there's sort of especially the ones, the hot classes where you don't wear very many clothes. There's always a man there with a really good mirror view of everyone else.
Hot yoga where you don't wear many clothes.
The kind when they put you in like an overheated room, so you're
list of things to do. Find the hot. Anyway, back to the book. Sorry, yes.
So this is the book Saving Grace. Is that actually what feels like is going to be one of those? It feels like it's going to be a bit like a Danny Wallace book.
Which can I just say for Danny Wallace is filling us again, his books are excellent. Well,
they are a bit relentless.
Yes,
they're so positive that you do feel like you've been sort of smacked around the face.
Yes, Man, I struggled with. Join Me, I thought was marvellous.
Yeah,
but Yes Man, because Join Me's very sad at the end when he splits up with his girlfriend Hannah, who I know as well, so that makes it doubly weird. Yeah. Anyway, yes.
Well, this has the same saving grace of heartache and a human being rather than he doesn't become a sort of deranged person that you see on something like QVC who's just programmed now to be happy all of the time.
Those people
there's a personal journey.
So, is it good?
It won't necessarily reformat you to be an optimist.
Yes.
It won't work as self-help, but it is a really cheery, engaging way to spend time reading. When I was reading this book, I was much happier than when I was reading lots of other books. So in that respect, it's a joyful experience, but it's not particularly one that you'll take new knowledge and wisdom away from.
In terms I can understand. Give it a mark out of 10 for me, Alex. Come on.
Oh, healthy 7.
Oh, a healthy 7.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just don't want you to feel like it's a self-help.
No, good. Okay, so that's The Optimist, one-man search for the brighter side of life, Lawrence Shorter. We've got another book. Can I play a record and then we come back and do the second book?
Yes.
Is that okay? You don't mind? Okay, here's Mika Bomb. That was Mika Bomb and Heart Attack. I haven't heard that song for years, and I've forgotten. Actually, it's brilliant. I'm glad I played that. The B-side is the same song, but very, very sweary. I'm glad I got that right in the end. So, Alex, you're here with books.
Yes.
What's the second book?
10-Story Love Song by Richard Millward.
Okay.
Richard Millward is... he's 23.
Oh,
let's just be annoyed about that for a moment.
He's written a book at 23.
Oh, sorry, he's written 2.
Oh, for goodness sake. Well, thanks for coming in, Alex. It's great. Okay, go on.
His first one was when he was 19.
Oh, and was it any good, or was it... this weekend, I went to the zoo. It was good.
No, like it was actually quite good. It was called
Prodigy.
Apples, and it was set in Middlesbrough, and it was kind of kids and romance and sort of Skins-ish, but without the profoundly irritating element of Skins.
I'm glad you said that, because you're not allowed to say that about Skins, but yes, well done you.
Oh, Series 3. It felt like someone had kicked all my teeth out.
Yeah, for goodness sakes, we get the idea, Skins. Well done. Yeah. They'll do it, and that's brilliant. Anyway, sorry. Yes.
Anyway, this isn't like that.
No.
But I have worked in a literary agency, and there are a lot of books that come in like that, and a lot of them have titles and look like they're going to be like this book. Mercifully, 10-Story Love Song and Apples Before It isn't.
Okay.
You can actually write. I should say a warning at this point.
Yes.
This book is one entire paragraph.
Well, that's got to be a mistake then, hasn't it? That's bad grammar.
When you open it, it just looks exhausting.
If you gave that as an English lesson, you get sent back and say put it into paragraphs. That's not a good thing.
Unless, of course, like Richard Millward, you were a student at St Martin's, where breaking the rules, crazy time.
Oh dear, anything goes. See them rules, rip them up, do what you want.
Exactly. I was really annoyed when I saw that. I read it on the press release and I kind of went into denial, and then I opened it and I thought, oh God.
Yeah. So are there chapters?
No chapters, nothing. It just doesn't stop. There's no break at all.
How do you put it down to go to bed or go to the toilet?
It's like immersion therapy, because what happens is for the first 3 pages, you're kind of panicking, and every time you look up or there's a noise anywhere, you have to go, where was I? You can't work out what's going on. Yeah. But then you just get it's really, really, really into it. The only thing I can equate it to, which is high praise indeed, is watching The Wire. The first few episodes I ever watched The Wire, I didn't understand what anyone was saying. There was the terminology, there was the accents. I didn't know where they were,
those
what they were talking
American accents
about.
are tough to pick up, aren't they? They are tough to pick up.
The Baltimore one is harder than most.
Yes.
And then after a couple of episodes, I was completely engaged. I understood what I was doing. This is about a painter, an artist, called Bobby, who's got a bit of a drug problem.
Oh dear, here we go.
The whole thing takes place, apart from a tiny bit when they go to London, the whole thing takes place in a tower block.
Right.
And it's him and his neighbours, and you just get involved in this little world. And he's dying to be a painter, and then a London art dealer called Bent Lewis comes, and he hits the big time.
Someone called Bent Lewis. It's an excellent name, yes.
For an agent.
Yes, well done.
And then he goes and has success in London, but then slightly comes back with his tail between his legs, and he realises what fame and celebrity is, really. But
how can a 23-year-old write this? I don't want to sound all condescending and old, but really...
No, I had the same issue with the book last week about someone younger writing something so cynical. But it's actually quite joyful and exciting and exuberant, and it feels really genuine. And you do just sort of get really involved in it. You feel yourself sort of becoming part of the world, and you know all the little neighbours are, and it's a bit like being really into a computer game.
Give it the number out of... hang on. You said it's like being into a computer game? I'm going to have it then.
Exactly.
Oh, it's like that.
You know when you get into the landscape of somewhere and you feel like you've got your bearings, you know what's going on, you know all the little characters.
You're talking like a girl about computer games. That's how girls talk about computer games, and I like that.
Girl.
You are indeed, I can vouch for that. Marks out of 10 for this
I would
Richard
say
Millwood
8,
book.
because it's just doing something different, and it's carrying off instead of just being really embarrassing.
Very quickly, listen, I'm more of a fan of the book. I've just read the Kenneth Williams diaries. I'm about 10 years behind that. What a dirty, dirty book that is. But I've been hearing a lot. Very sad. The ending was very sad. His last entry before he kills himself, what's the bloody point? And that's the last entry in his diary. You think, oh my God. Anyway, brought everyone down now. But to bring them up a bit, I've been hearing about this 2666. Have you not heard about this?
No.
Oh, you should listen to Radio 4. You've heard about it, Claire, haven't you? Yeah. It's like a Brazilian...
I love all things Brazilian.
Hang on a second.
Thinking about rum and dancing.
The rum and dancing. Okay, good. But it's apparently I feel embarrassed. It's a masterpiece. It's being described as a masterpiece. I was going to ask if it's any good, but you don't know about it.
I don't know about it.
What's it called?
It's called 2666. Have you read it?
I'm trying to find it.
Okay, well, there's no point. I thought the book expert might know. There's no point in us having a random chat about it.
If it's only on Amazon.com, that means it hasn't been published over here yet. So that's been assaulted by 1,000
so you've not got an excuse. Well, listen, when you have read it, could you send me an email and let me know if it's worth me reading it?
Okay.
Could I hire you as my book reader? Because I hate the thing where you start reading a book and you get a third of the way into it and go, actually, this is rubbish. I've wasted some time
Someone
here.
once told me that this was something I heard at a book party. This is probably entirely not true.
Sorry, a book party?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
With Richard and Judy.
Yeah, all right. That's what I'm talking about, yes.
That Dustin Hoffman tried to approach Mark Lawson to do the very similar role, just to kind of be on his entourage as his cultural commentator, that he just wanted to be able to ring Mark Lawson and say, can you read this so I can talk to you about it?
And did Lawson say yay or nay?
I don't know.
I'm a big fan of Mark Lawson.
Also, it's Dustin Hoffman by all accounts.
Dustin Hoffman. Well, there's your job, Chris. Find out whether Mark Lawson is in fact Dustin Hoffman's book reader for him. Alex, listen, thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
You're back next week, are you?
Yes, with Adrian Tamine. Summer Blonde is the book that I'm doing, the graphic novel next week.
Oh, yes. Well, yes, I'll find out if those are good. Excellent stuff. OK, I'm late for this now. I do apologise.
Sorry.
Hang on a second. No, it's not your fault. It's Chris's fault.
BBC Six Music. Iain Lee on BBC Six Music.
I've got too many bits of paper in front of me. It's a mess. Let's rattle through some of these. Look, I've been told off by Corrine. Iain, I listen to Radio 6 every day to get away from my boss because all he does is whinge. Why would I want to listen to you guys whinging? Lighten up and chill out. Life is good. All right, well, fair play. Lester, we're doing the worst lyrics what you done ever heard. What do we got here? Iain, the worst lyrics are Oasis with She's Electric. She's got a sister, and on the palm of her hand is a blister. I hate Oasis, but that's the only Oasis song I can bear to listen to. The rest is absolute tosh. I agree with the young, bold guy. I assume that's referring to you. The Beatles produced a handful of excellent songs, not deserving of the legendary status they still have. They were basically equivalent of a boy band like Westlife. The Kinks were far better. No, the Kinks are brilliant, but the Kinks did a lot of tosh. Absolute tosh, some of the stuff they churned out. Kath in Nottingham says, "You're so vain, you probably think this song is about you." Well, it is, isn't it?
Well,
yes.
Actually, that's about one specific person, and who sings that song again?
Carly Simon.
She did a charity auction a few years ago to tell one person in secret. They had to sign all these contracts and stuff.
Go on.
Not allowed to tell anyone. They were the only person who was allowed to know who that song's actually about.
How much
they paid millions for that.
Really? Because there's always the debate. Was it Mick Jagger? Or was it Warren Beatty? Or was it someone else? And she whispered the answers to someone.
She took them into like an enclosed room with just the two of them with guards outside.
But how they've already paid? Let's say it's like $10 million. Okay,
yeah.
They've paid her the $10 million. So what's them to stop them then going? I don't know, on Twitter or Facebook, me being all trendy here, and saying, well, actually, turns out it's about James Taylor.
They had to sign contracts.
So what? What's she going to do?
Sue them.
Oh, yeah, you're right, of course, that's exactly what she can do. I forgot. Adam in Warren Street says, how about abracadabra, I want to reach out and grab ya. That's terrible. That song made me very uncomfortable as a child for some reason. Any Kaiser Chiefs song? Iain, ABC's classic lyric. I don't know this one. Can't complain, mustn't grumble, help yourself to another piece of apple crumble. From Dickie Taylor in Shepperton. You've started off something here, fella, as well.
Yes.
Listen to this. Oh no, hang on. That's where have I put the? Oh, here we go. Yes, these are the ones for you. Iain,
there's a pile.
There's a pile with your name on, Chris. This is from another Chris. Iain, you know the Beatles suck. Chill out, I can prove it. Listen to that famously irritating song Little Tykes think is the best thing to do for 14 hours solid, The Wheels and the Bus. Then listen to Yellow Submarine. Then play Spot the Difference. Brackets, hint, there isn't any. They're an overrated pub band loved by music simpletons.
That's a bit harsh.
The thing is, Yellow Submarine is a genius song because it's a nursery rhyme.
Yeah, exactly.
You try and write a nursery rhyme. You can't do it. You cannot do... The hardest thing is to write a 2-chord, 3-chord nursery rhyme song that kids will love.
But everyone loves it, and it's nursery rhyme. Do you go out and buy, like, records with, like, nursery rhymes?
Sometimes I do, actually.
Do you?
Yes, sometimes I do. But you listen, but that's what they've shown. They said we can be pop innovators, we can do psychedelic acid-fueled music, we can do
just
bluesy rock and roll, and we can do a nursery rhyme for kids. We can just toss that off. There you go. There's one for the kids. Go on, have that. Lino says it doesn't like crazy Scotch fella, doesn't like the Beatles, as the only music produced in Scotland is the Proclaimers and the music from the wine gum commercial. He's got a cheek, Chris.
I think the wine gum commercial wasn't actually made in Scotland. Thank you.
But the music, I think,
was it? I don't know. I think that was supposed to be a stereotype of Scotland.
So a little bit.
Do they exist?
Little bit of tension here. Is there anything else that Scotland has given us music-wise?
Yes, thank you, because I provided the list now. Lino. Is it Lino or Lino?
It's Lino.
Lino.
Yeah,
Hello,
you
Lino.
talk to Lino. Away you go.
Lino. I feel like we're chatting one-on-one. Right, okay. Hopefully you'll have heard of some of these bands, because they're quite good. Right, this is quite long, actually. We've got Biffy Clyro, Katie Tunstall, Paolo Nutini, Texas, Wet Wet Wet, Snow Patrol.
I'm going to stop you there. Texas and Wet Wet Wet.
Okay, I'll take those two out. Yeah, I shouldn't have I wrote those ones down, and then I was like, I shouldn't read them out, and then I just read them out.
Katie Tunstall. Oh, what have I done?
Katie Tunstall's
Katie Tunstall's lovely. Got a slightly wonky eye.
I thought you said I've got a slightly wonky eye. She does.
She does, Katie Tunstall.
Do I?
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, she has. She's got a slightly wonky eye. She's got a big nose, and so her left eye curves into the nose.
Does
I've
it?
seen her in the flesh. She's fine.
I've seen her from a distance.
Okay, during the magic numbers, we will get a picture up. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I find it very sexy, the slightly wonky eye. Anyway, go on.
Rattle through some more. I'll pick two good. Primal Scream for a start.
Yeah, okay, yes.
Belle and Sebastian.
Oh, okay. We're going to play them later.
Are we? Oh, good. Like Glass Vegas. Franz Ferdinand. Who played that?
All right. His magic numbers. Stop showing off.
See.
Can we stop? Can we send him outside to get us like tea or biscuits or something? He's talking too much. We get on my nerves.
BBC Six Music. Iain Lee.
It's just turned into people texting in with other Scotch bands. Well, they're either texting in with Scotch bands or having a go at Chris, or Gordon Brown, as he's now called.
I love him.
For not liking the Beatles. It's all got a little bit tense. And it's come from me. You know the show is getting because it's come from me. I've come in with a cold. I'm off my face on decongestants, and I'm having a bit of a whinge. And it's funny. Yesterday was a very loving show. Everyone was very loving, very open, very warm. And today, nasty. Oh, it's nasty. So tell Gordon Brown there that without the Beatles, we would not have had half those artists on the list from Yogi Bear.
From Yogi Bear?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to say anything to Yogi Bear, actually. I love Yogi Bear.
Let's turn it round to bad song lyrics, shall we? Let's try and get a little bit more love in the room. Kate in Hackney says, surely the worst lyrics are Elton John's Your Song. Yeah, I've always questioned these lyrics. If I was a sculptor, but then again, no. It's just like Bernie Taupin's come up with half an idea and went, no, hang on, that's no good, let's try something else. It's just a strange...
He wrote it mid-thought in the moment. He was just writing full of love and excitement.
It was full of something. It was the 70s after all. Depeche Mode, Never Let Me Down Again. He promises me I'm as safe as houses as long as I remember who's wearing the trousers.
Well, that was about Martin Gore, wasn't it? Wearing dresses all the time.
Oh, really?
Do you remember that phase?
No, I don't remember that phase. I'm amazed that Depeche Mode in America are a stadium band. They play like huge, 60,000-seater stadiums. Over here, they're a joke. They'll probably be on the Now and Then tour at some point with Kim Wilde. They should be. Anyway,
they should be.
They should be. I'm getting to the age where those Now and Then tours, you think, that might be a bit of fun. A few years ago, you sneer at them, and you go, it might be a fun night out. Dress up, When's the we've got after 12, isn't it? The fashion man coming in.
Yeah.
I've dressed smart for him. I've got new jeans.
Cardi.
It's a light grey cardi and a white t-shirt. It's kind of like your basic. It's like
you've done light with dark. You've done well.
I've got my white cons. I've got for Christmas.
Very nice.
So
Converses,
it's all...
People can check you out on the webcam. Well.
Can they?
Yeah.
Hello.
Is that one? Is it?
Hello, web fans. Why they always surprise me? Why would you want to watch a radio show on a webcam? Well, I know it's the digital age, and of course these things are possible. But surely you want to listen to the radio. Whether you're driving or you've got your eyes closed at home or whatever you want. That's what you. Did you never do that? Do you never go? I'm going to listen to the radio, and obviously I fall asleep straight away. That's what. The Black Eyed Peas have not only a dreadful band name, but also awful lyrics in My Humps, My Lovely Lady Lumps. From Steve. I quite like that. I think that's... make Crime Watch like Twitter. Everybody will be all over it. Yes, that's an idea. And there's another one. What are you on about? I've got soul, but I'm not a soldier. Makes absolutely no sense, and it's dark.
It does.
Someone has... a few people have emailed in saying that... who's the singy fella? Not Mitch Benn, the singy fella.
In The Killers?
No, the piano man.
The piano man?
That's not John.
What?
Bill Bailey, thank you very
Bill
much.
Bailey.
He does a routine where they might as well sing I've got ham, but I'm not a hamster.
Yeah.
But I think, OK, let's for the next 30 minutes or so, let us know. We'll decide by 12 o'clock whether I've got soul, but I'm not a soldier is a good lyric or a bad lyric. So you can text or email in. There's no prize or anything, and it's not a scientific thing. So if we get the percentages wrong, you can't take us to the Ofcom, all right, or the Daily Mail. It's a very vague. We'll round it up slightly. But is that a good lyric or a bad lyric? You can let us know. Now, I'm a little bit nervous. We've got Delta Spirit coming in. Not nervous to them. I'm sure that you've met them both. I'm going to go and say hello in a second. I'm sure they're all lovely, lovely gentlemen. But do they know that I'm the fill-in presenter and that me going and sort of hosting a live session, I've never done it before, shall we say? But perhaps I shouldn't have said that. Now they're thinking... Stuff it. Let's go. Let's go.
Don't tell them.
Let's go and find a decent radio station with a guy who knows what he's doing. It'll be fun.
What you're doing.
I have to go and have a chitty chat with them, which is I'm looking forward to. I think I'm going to like them. They've got a rubbish bin with them, have they?
They do. They have the top of a trash can.
I love it already. It's going to be brilliant. But I'm just worried that I'm going to my awkwardness is going to make them awkward. They might muff a lyric up, then the whole thing snowballs into a disaster. And they split up because I was rubbish and I never work here again.
It's all about
and it all happened on Dark Wednesday. No, I'll be fine.
Are you sure?
I'm confident.
Thanks, Chris. That's Chris's vote of confidence.
I believe.
Not the one from Claire, the producer, though. Still not got one. That's worrying. Delta Spirit coming up in about 15, 20 minutes, I suppose.
BBC Six Music.
I'm not having this. Thank God, another sane man. The Beatles are lame. I want to hold your hand. Oh, please. That's what, of course, that's them just learning their trade, for goodness sakes. People who slag off the Beatles have only heard the obvious ones. Listen to Year Blues. Well, I wouldn't bother with that, actually. Happiness is, that's a terrible song. Happiness is a warm gun. Julia, Norwegian Wood, Across the Universe, then come back when you've been educated. Fools, says Chris in Chesterfield. And, it's all getting very... listen, we're gonna have the band in a bit, so we'll hopefully things will calm down.
We'll soothe us down.
But let's it's got very nasty. You can't take credit for Snow Patrol being a Scottish band just because they went to uni there. He's Irish.
Sorry, I'll correct myself. 2 members, I think, are Scottish. The rest are Irish. Maybe it's 1 Scottish member. But they're formed in Dundee, so they're kind of half Irish, half Scottish.
Any lyrics by The Streets are rubbish? I would go along with that. The Streets. So there I was out having a spliff and I was gambling and I went to a party and I said, all right, girl, I fancy your blue eyes, shall we? And then she said, nah.
It's like we had a hug session with Mike Skinner there. That was amazing.
That's what he does, though. Very quickly, this is let's bring a bit of glamour back to Scotland, a bit of glory back to Scotland with Gav, who is in Scotland. Yeah. He says, Ian, all the talk of he mentioned deep frying foods like Mars bars and pizzas and stuff at the show. Has reminded me, in a certain chippy in Glasgow, you can get what is called a stonner. Do you know what this is? A smoked sausage wrapped in doner kebab meat. Well done.
That sounds beautiful.
That's just dirty, isn't it? We've got Delta Spirit in the hub, which means they're going to play live coming up. No, you go to the loo. Look, they all stopped then because I thought I was about to announce them now. We have a few minutes yet because first it's time for the 6 Music News.
On digital radio and online. BBC 6 Music.
Care home manager charged with murder. 6 arrested in Spain over London fraud, and Asda creates thousands of jobs.
And in 6 Music News, Dove's album taster online. Patrick Wolf announces tour and Coldplay for Roskilde.
6 Music.
BBC News at 11:30. I'm Catherine Cracknell.
Who's he ripped off here? So he's ripped off Van Morrison again, is he? Let me rephrase that. He's sampled Van Morrison. Thank you for... could have been a very expensive legal case there. You don't want to get sued by Beck. He sampled Van... I'm joined by Delta Spirit. Good morning, gentlemen. Morning. Well done. And it's good to see a full beard. I said that I tried to grow one over Christmas, and I bottled it. Couldn't do it.
As the Independents say, it's a very fetching beard.
It's a fat beard. It's proper thick, you know. It
doesn't grow here. It's translucent.
Yeah. Does it not? Are you one of the ones that can't grow a proper moustache?
Hardly.
Yeah. Okay. It's a shame.
Can we hear him?
We can hear it. We could sort of hear him if he shouts, and they've not given you a microphone. It's a shame. Can you not be trusted with your potty mouth?
I can recap. He has a transparent upper lip.
So, Delta Spirit, you're from America, I believe. Yeah. California.
Yeah.
San Diego. We're getting more specific. Can we be any more specific than San Diego, or is that...
San Clemente is where I'm from.
Okay.
That's another story.
Dana Point. La Costa, Long Beach, L.A.
Oh, who's the L.A.? Oh... Okay. I'm not...
We all either sleep at our parents' or on couches.
I'm not a fan of the LA. Every time I go, I just suddenly find myself getting very tense. I had a row with a cab company, because a friend of mine lived in Laurel Canyon Road, not the boulevard or whatever it is, the tiny little road.
Yeah.
And the cab company denied its existence. And they refused to come and pick... They said, sir, we're not going to pick you up. You haven't got a US cell number, and you're giving us a false address.
That's a good accent.
It wasn't bad, was it? I've never done it quite convincingly as that before. It was good. See the gentleman over there, Chris, with his arms crossed?
Hi, Chris, with his arms crossed.
He has been saying all morning that the Beatles are rubbish. Can we just get...
I heard
Are
that.
you insane?
That was you.
Can we just get a consensus here? Would we all agree that
that Chris is insane?
I don't think any of us would be alive if the Beatles were never a band.
Well, I think we'd be alive.
I think a lot of lovemaking was.
Maybe they toured, they bumped into your mum. Who knows what happened in those crazy 60s? We should get everyone's name. Who have we got here with the drum and the rubbish bin lid? Brandon. Hello, Brandon. Who's the gentleman with the translucent moustache and no?
That'd be me, John.
John. Hello. And who's the handsome gentleman here?
Oh yeah.
Ladies, you're missing out on this. The hunk of the band.
Yeah. Matt. My head just blew up.
Matt he's not the drummer, but he's the Dennis Wilson, I would say, of the band.
Nice.
It's a nice thing, yeah.
Dennis. I wish I could sing like that.
Oh man, his voice was fantastic. Even towards the end, when he did too many drugs and it was all raspy. Still, he could still.
That's the way to go.
Emotive. You, sir. Your name, sir.
Kelly.
Hello. And Hello, Sean. It's nice that you're very polite. I wasn't sure what to expect. Some Americans, I don't want to diss the whole country. Some Americans, very, very rude. Can be very, very rude.
I think we're hungover and on our best behaviour.
Oh,
so.
okay.
Yeah.
We've got some hungover ones. I suppose we should get you to do a song to prove you who you say you are.
Yeah.
All right.
What would you like to do for us? And I'll shut up.
Trash can.
Oh, I love
You
it.
can sing along if you want.
Okay, I will. I'll join in.
All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
That was fantastic. I'm not saying that in a blowing smoke up your backside way. That was genuinely brilliant.
Thanks.
It was kind of like a sort of a rocking Vic Chestnut. There's a bit of Wilson in your voice there, man. You're going to hurt yourself.
No.
Do you need some water or something after that?
You have some bourbon?
Chris, get the man some bourbon. He's too young to buy it in the off-licence, I'm afraid. You're going to knacker your voice one day, aren't you?
No.
You sure?
Yeah. I only lost my voice. I haven't lost my voice since I was 16 until this trip. Because of the jet lag, but then it recovered.
Has anyone ever lost their voice totally? I lost it once, where literally no sound was coming out. It's the worst. It's not the worst thing. It's not the worst thing. Touching the wood there. The worst thing would be like losing a leg or something. That would be. Anyone ever? No, you've all got.
My cousin lost a leg, but that's a long story.
Is it a funny? It ends the sad story.
No, it's really sad. Let's skip
it. Probably best to skip that story then.
But my cousin is really funny. My Scotch-Irish side of my family, my uncle married a Korean woman. He learned Korean just to get her. And then they had kids, and they live in Texas. And he talks like Hank Hill. Like, have you seen King of the Hill?
Oh, man, I love
But he
King
looks
of the Hill,
Korean,
yeah.
like full-on South Korean looking.
Yeah.
But he's like, hey, man, what's up, dude? How you doing, bro?
Fantastic.
Go down to San Marcos, listen to some Blue October. It's crazy.
Let's do the obvious music questions. What are your influences?
Ooh, the Beatles.
Yeah, you see. Come on, man.
The Beatles and only the Beatles.
Any other English bands? I mean, there's a bit of a kind of you've got
Kinks.
I was going to say there's kind of a Kinks thing sort of going down a little bit there.
We all love the Kinks.
There's a bit of a Rod Stewart thing as well.
Yeah, it's first
I
stuff.
like Maggie May.
Yeah, when he was good. Not like If You Think I'm Sexy or Sailing or any of that rubbish.
No.
But the American Songbook Volume 4. That was a stinky album.
Faces, I like the Faces.
The Faces are supposed to be getting back together again.
Are they?
This is the rumour that's going around that a big check has been handed to them, and it's all unto whether Ronnie Wood can get his act together and stop doing naughty things and start touring again. That would be strange, wouldn't it?
No, he shouldn't. He should keep doing naughty things and then get the band together.
Exactly, he's Ronnie Wood. He should, let the man do what he's want. He's a legend, for goodness sake. How long are you over here for?
We've been here about a week and a half, and then we have a couple more shows. We play Coco on Friday. Where do we play tonight?
Is it 229?
229.
229.
And then we head back to the States for, we have 4 days off and then a month-long tour with no days off.
Really?
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
That's good. But you're going to miss the British weather. Surely,
oh, yeah.
Because this is just fantastic, isn't it?
It was actually, your equivalent 30 degrees?
Yes.
It was about 30 degrees in Los Angeles, so everybody's sweating and dying, and then, we got some winter. It's nice. Snow.
I went to Hawaii in December.
Oh, for you?
I know it's tough.
Which island?
The big one.
Oh, the island of Hawaii.
Is that the? I don't know. I didn't know there was more than one.
No, it has some weird name, doesn't it?
No, the big island is called Hawaii.
Is that what's Oahu?
Oahu is a small one. That's
okay.
Where, the North Shore is. And
pipeline and all that.
Yeah.
I think I went to the big one. I don't know, but it's where they filmed Lost. I went and hung out with the Lost.
Did you see the new episode?
I saw. Yes, are you a fan of Lost?
Yeah, but don't tell us yet.
I saw them filming episode 9.
I'm going to skip the whole season and then just watch them all in a day.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
I saw them filming episode 9, so I have a glimpse. But I've signed a big contract with Disney. If I tell anyone, it cost me $5 million.
That's it?
$5 million. And with £1 so week, that's just like that's a lot of money. But so you not watched the first 2 episodes of Lost? No. It's good. I can't.
Oh, man.
I feel we bonded.
Jeremy Bentham.
Jeremy Bentham is. I've got to be careful because my girlfriend's only halfway through season 3.
Yeah.
So I
she
can't
has no
say
idea who he is
she
yet.
doesn't know Jeremy Bentham is. She doesn't know that Jeremy Bentham's dead.
Yeah.
I could tell you something about that as well, but I won't. I won't ruin it for you.
The six-toe statue.
Hang on. Where are you? What are you? Are you not?
I'm like season 2 or 3.
Oh, season. Oh, okay.
You're screwed.
I don't even know.
You don't know Jeremy Bentham.
The worst part is Locke could ask any question he asks about the stupid smoke monster, and the whole time you're like, well, why? What about the island itself?
Yeah, what about the magical island? What about the fact that you can walk again? What about anything?
Yeah, it's stupid.
Anyway, the point about being in Hawaii was it was weird for me being British and the first week of December sitting on a beach in my trunks. That was the conclusion.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very strange.
Yeah. You
Very
see some
strange.
sea turtles?
I didn't see any sea turtles, but the hotel had a pond and they had 5 dolphins in the pond.
That's fine.
That doesn't seem right to me. That doesn't seem right. It's not fair. The poor dolphins in a pond.
Yeah, let them out.
They were good fun, though. They were jumping and doing tricks and stuff. Anyway, go on. Sorry, rambling on nonsense. You want to play? Have you got another song for us?
Yeah.
We're gonna do People Come On.
Let's have it.
Yeah.
I'm a wandering soul.
We'll have some of that. Well done. Well, can we just have a round of applause for John on the bass, please? For playing it like the instrument should be played. Doing all the high bits. Nice bit of melody going on.
Pass a little bit of praise.
I wrote that one.
That end part right there.
Oh, well a round of applause for the band again, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
I do worry about you, though. You're going...
Me?
Yeah, your veins are... But it's like scanners. It's like watching scanners watching you sing. It makes me uncomfortable. You're going to do yourself a mischief.
Well, no, I'm okay. I'm all right.
I'm just concerned for you. There's not, you know...
Look, if you need a hug later...
I want a hug,
you know,
man. I will
talk to Brandon.
Brandon, you're the... I'm scared of Brandon. He's got the tats. He's got the tats all over his arms.
Yeah.
What
yeah, it's his mom and dad and the Giving Tree. They're really kind of pansy tattoos.
What?
Yeah,
What's
Elijah Wood sure liked it.
What's the Giving Tree? What the heck is that?
It's a children's book in the States.
Really?
What's his,
Michelle Silverstein? Is that what it is?
Shell,
whatever.
Hang on a minute. Shel Silverstein wrote all the good songs for Doctor Hook.
Oh, yeah?
There you go.
I didn't know that, actually. Well, he wrote something for Johnny Cash, too.
He wrote some for Johnny Cash. Yeah.
Shel Silverstein did? Yeah. Shel Silverstein, wow.
Yeah. He wrote Sylvia's Mother. Do you know Sylvia's Mother? Sylvia's mother says Sylvia's busy. Too busy.
Yeah.
Okay.
This morning, featuring Ian here.
I listened to you. Could show me a little bit of respect. Listen to me singing.
I'm sorry. Continue.
Well, instead of no, you've ruined.
You
want
to play Stairway?
Do you know? Hey, here's something. I've never heard Stairway to Heaven all the way through.
Really?
I've only heard the bit where they go and
impressive.
she's buying or building a stairway to heaven. Is that the?
Yeah, she's buying.
That's the only bit I've heard. I've never heard the rest of it. I'm trying to go.
It's a good part, though.
It is a good part, but I
great.
only found out recently that it starts rocking out at the end. I didn't know.
Wait for that solo. It's great.
I'm never going to hear it. I'm going to try and go my whole... I've only seen one episode of Friends as well, so...
Oh, really?
Well, John just saw Wayne's World for the first time last year.
Oh, really?
This year.
Swing!
Went over my head when I was a preteen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hit that in a splitter. It's pretty great to watch him miss a ton of jokes, but I kept punching him in the arm. He's like,
Anybody else never done anything that we've all done? I'm looking at you, Brandon.
It's probably... Brandon's never eaten corn.
He's never eaten corn. I've never had a prawn.
Oh, wow.
We've got corn and a prawn, and anyway, let's talk about you. So we're rattling on to nonsense. Deltaspirit.net is the website.
Yeah.
What fun things can the kids get from there?
Nothing at this point.
The Facebook or MySpace has a big fat list of all the things that went wrong in 08. We had crazy bad luck because it was probably either that we were horrible at littering, leaving doors open, or stealing those rubbish bin lids.
Yeah.
But it ended up being where we turned it around, and our luck has been so much better. But
We're firm believers of karma now. So.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
insane. Like we got in an accident. It was Brandon, Sean, and I, and our friend from Norway, Marty. And we broke down where they shot Grapes of Wrath with Paul Newman.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere. There's like less than 300
Fantastic.
people. They didn't even have it's crazy. We got 3 laptops stolen, car accidents. John went to jail for prescription drugs his mom gave him outside of El Paso.
John... Yes, John looks the sort, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
definitely.
It's the beard, and the
You can pretty much just read about us. And other than that, we're in the website's in the works basically. So.
Okay, but lots of bad things have happened. Have good things started happening, or are you just thinking maybe, hey, come on, someone's trying to tell us something?
We got to come here.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
good.
Yeah. So when does the good things start to happen?
Well,
because
every show has been really insane. It's just really like outside of that.
Yeah.
You know, like we just got off tour with Nada Surf, and every show is super fun, but except like outside, it just got to a point where Sean and I get 2 loitering tickets for $200 each, and we just go, oh, figures.
loitering.
Not that big of a deal.
No, the old loitering.
Just
yes.
standing in a parking lot. Oh, yeah,
course.
here's $200 you owe me now.
America's a weird country,
Isn't
man.
it?
It's strange.
It's great.
Well, it's some bits of it are great, some bits of it a bit. So you got a month-long tour. Are you headlining, or are you...
Yeah.
What kind of venues are you playing over there?
Yeah, we're playing. Have you heard of the Bowery Ballroom in New York?
Yeah, oh yes,
That's a highlight. I think that's the only one probably you would know. The rest of them are kind of small Midwest ones.
Okay.
And, we're doing basically the West Coast, a little bit of the Midwest, and then a bunch of East Coast dates. And
Play Vancouver too.
Yeah.
Vancouver, I believe that's in a place called Canada.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Yes. Okay.
It's not a real country.
It isn't.
Yeah, well, everyone over here says that Canada is like a good America. That's, no,
it's not true.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
are
back.
back.
We like you again, of course. Sorry, you've got Obama. We like you again. It's all good stuff. Hey, listen, the album is called Ode to Sunshine. DeltaSpirit.net. Keep checking it out until they do something with it. Can we have a round of applause for Delta Spirit for coming in? Thank you so much, fellas.
Thank you.
Right, I believe that somewhere in another studio, Claire is going to press a button. Is that right?
BBC Six Music. On digital, online. BBC Six Music. BBC Six Music. Iain Lee.
Now, wait a minute. It's all getting very exciting. A gentleman called Ben DeLisi is going to be joining us soon, to talk about 90s fashion. Now, as anyone who's followed any part of my career will know, I am a hep to the fashion scene, kids. So, it's going to... I got all excited talking to Delta Spirit about Lost, and it's reminded me that Lost is on again, and it's back in my... Are you a fan of the Lost, Claire?
I've never seen
Oh, man! You haven't even got the excuse of being one of those people who saw a few and then got bored because nothing happened, when lots of things do happen, which is a lazy excuse. I'm getting lots of stroppy emails and texts... because I dissed Depeche Mode, people saying, actually, and they're not just playing stadiums in the States, they've just announced a European stadium tour and they're playing the O2. So
They've always played stadiums.
I didn't know that they played stadiums over here. I thought that we'd grown wise to that pretentious nonsense and realised that it was tosh. But no, apparently we haven't, and there are still some suckers out there who would spend good money. Someone's written, I predict the O2 will sell out very, very quickly, despite the fact there's a recession going on. So... it's all kicked off, and
Kids love them.
The kids love them. Apparently, the kids love them. I just don't. I know that whole electronica thing just passed me by. It's just.
But Neil Diamond didn't.
Oh man, come on now. Look, Sweet Carrot. Have you ever seen The Jazz Singer?
No, I haven't actually.
Watch The Jazz Singer. Middle bit's a bit too long. It needs to be 25 minutes shorter. Take out the middle 25 minutes. Watch that and not cry at the end. There's a bit when Laurence Olivier, his dad, rips his jacket and says, "I have no son," and he storms out because Neil Diamond wants to be a pop star, doesn't want to be a rabbi. So Laurence Olivier storms out. You cry then. Then at the end, when he's singing, "They're coming to America," the camera pans down to the audience. Laurence Olivier's in the front row, bopping away. He loves him again because he's had a hit record. So it all works out.
I feel like I've just watched it there and then.
Yeah, you probably have actually. You don't need to. Well, maybe we'll do that tomorrow. Bands that have made movies. I'm a big fan of the bands in movies. Slade in Flame. Have you seen that?
What?
Slade in Flame. It's called Slade in Flame. It's brilliant. It's like I could be wrong on this. I think it's directed
Is this a dream you had?
No, it's a real film with Slade in. And you'd imagine a film with Slade to be a bit like the Monkees. They're all running around going, "Whoa!" And it's not. I think it's directed by the bloke who directed Kes.
Really?
The film. I think so. But it looks the same. It's very gritty and urban and very slow, and there's big bits where nothing happens, and so it's kind of like that. It's a brilliant film.
I'll take your word for it.
It is a brilliant film, but I haven't seen it for years, mate. If someone could, by the way, I think we're losing the "I've got soul, but I'm not a soldier" debate.
Really?
It's mixed. It is mixed, but I think they're coming down mainly saying it's tosh. So, that's a shame. Oh, there's a gentleman out there who looks like he may be our guest, so I'm going to play a record and we'll go and say hello, shall we? Here we go. That was probably the worst mix I've ever done in my life, but it doesn't matter at all. We've got Ben DeLisi here. We've just talking about films. You've seen Milk, have you?
Yes.
Have you enjoyed it?
I absolutely adored it. It's the best film I've seen since Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, yeah, did you? Yeah, sure. I've not seen that for a long time.
That goes on one of my favourites, Cinema Paradiso, City of God, and Slumdog Millionaire has got to be up there.
That's another. We're just going through the list of. By the way, Gus Van Sant, I believe, is going to be on Nimon's show from at some point after 1 o'clock. Is that?
Yeah, that's right.
That's the rumour that's going around town. Who directed Milk, of course. Slumdog Millionaire is another one. There's a big list of films I want to see. I want to see The Milk. I want to see the Slumdog Millionaire. I want to see the Frost and Nixon. I want to see The Wrestler. I also want to see JCVD, which is Jean-Claude Van Damme, where he plays himself in it. It sounds brilliant. He plays himself in it, and he's like all washed up, and he's moaning that he hasn't made a good film in 20 years, and then he gets involved in a bank robbery, but as Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I think we should wait
Did you
for the
make that
DVD on that one.
You made that up.
I think I did dream it, but they've actually made it. It sounds like a brilliant film.
Stay off the decongestant.
All right. But Milk gets the Ben DeLisi thumbs up, does it?
Phenomenal film.
I notice your wedding dresses you've designed in the past.
Well, I'm known for designing evening wear a lot for some actresses who've been nominated in roles like The Revolutionary Road,
the Marvelous
and The
Kate
Reader,
Winslet.
The Marvelous.
One of my favourites.
Fantastic.
Your wedding dresses, are they expensive? Are they?
Well, it depends. If I'm designing them and you're actually meeting me, they start about $7,000.
We'll stick with one.
Otherwise, there's the ready-to-wear, and they start about, I would guess, about $2,000.
Oh, that sounds all right. Yes. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll see if we can sort something out. Claire, go on.
Why, who's getting married?
Yeah, Ian's getting married. But I can't see you in a dress.
No, I think she's sorted it out anyway. So I don't know what's going on there. I'm not allowed to know anything about it.
Well, you're not supposed to see it.
No.
Until the day.
Anyway, that's not what you've come in for. Sorry,
no.
we're having a lovely chat.
Why did I come in?
Why are you here? Who are you? Yes, the 90s. You're defending the 90s, are you?
Yes, I'm defending the 90s. I was a mere wisp of a man in the 90s.
You had a go at me because I was born in the 70s. Look at him. Chris, I'm sorry, we picked on you all morning, but
I don't.
look at him.
I don't want to talk. Is it 80s? Are you an 80s?
I'm an 80s. Yeah.
See, no one's born in the 80s.
He could have said the 90s. I was getting worried he was going to say actually.
No. It's deceiving.
It's very scary when I get CVs from people that want work experience and they were born in 1986, and I go 86. No one was born in 1986.
No one was born then. It's terrifying, isn't it? Well, anyway, listen. So you're defending the 90s. Now we're all been dropped into the deep end. This is for a show on BBC 4.
Yeah, Style on Trial.
Style on Trial. Now, we're not quite sure when the show... Have we found...
It's on tonight.
Yes, well done, Chris.
At 10 on BBC 4 and repeated tomorrow.
At what time tonight, sorry?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, OK. Why the 90s, Ben?
Well, it was just thrown in my lap as a designer who talks about style. They gave me the 90s as a decade to sort of spearhead and sort of protect.
Oh, so hang on a minute. You didn't go up to them and say, I love the 90s, you should let me...
Well, I gave them two options, the 50s and the 90s.
Okay.
And I was given the 90s.
Talk us through the 90s, because I don't... that seems like yesterday to me.
Yeah, exactly. It's so fresh in our memory.
Yeah.
The thing about the 90s is... It was a real tapestry for a lot of people to be themselves. I mean, you had extremes. You had parts of the 90s which was all about that sort of boho, grunge, chic sort of thing. In fact, it started with grunge. It led into sort of boho chic.
Yeah.
That whole Seattle movement and things. And then it went into boho chic, which was sort of kind of spearheaded by images of people like Ali McGraw and Brigitte Bardot. And then it kind of went into this more architectural, cerebral kind of fashion.
So if I can say, well done for mentioning Ali McGraw on the show. She doesn't get mentioned enough. I'm a big fan of Ali McGraw. What a woman.
Love story.
What a woman.
Anyway, so it was... I think the most incredible thing that came out of the 90s was the minimalism for people, which is all pared down, pure, kind of architectural, which you still see today in a lot of clothes. But, it has to be said, I think that has also taken some reference from the 1950s, which was also about quite clean, structured, static clothes, no superfluous detail, no gilding the lily. It was all very womanly and kind of fitting the figure. But the thing that I sort of protested was that you could be anyone you wanted to be in the 90s, where you couldn't be in the 70s.
Well, wouldn't people... I was going to say, wouldn't people argue that you could be in the 70s with things like punk and stuff like that, and that was people expressing themselves in a, in the...
But was it stylish?
Well, I would say...
Was it stylish? Looking like you just stepped out of Saturday Night Fever, was it stylish? Because I was there. I did it.
Okay. Well, yeah,
I never want to go back.
The disco thing, yes. The disco thing with the big lapels and the kipper ties.
And the medallions.
That's ridiculous. But the punk thing with, like, the tartan and the chains, that's kind of stylish, isn't it? I know you disagree, because look at you in your beautiful, your pink jumper, your V-neck, which is wonderful. I'm envious of. The shirt. I don't think you'd go for the punk.
No. They all looked to me like they needed a good wash. But I think that was all about a rebellion against what came before, too.
Well, isn't that what everything is? It's saying, the last lot were wrong. This is what it's all about.
Yeah, but in some eras, young people really didn't have much of a say.
Right.
They were just dictated to by the elders as to what they wanted, what they could wear. It didn't happen until really 1960s, when people sort of had their own voice. And then you had that whole Mary Quant thing, and there was the Beatles, and it was all that that sort of thing came into pass. I think the 70s actually was a little bit out there for me.
Yes.
I think the 90s... The 80s completely goes by the wayside because it was all about conspicuous consumption, and it was power in a very in-your-face way. High octane, high voltage. It typifies that era with the likes of Cindy Crawford and Claudia Schiffer and Linda Evangelista.
In the 90s, though, there was a lot of people... the Rachel haircut was in the 90s.
Yeah.
Everyone had the same hair, and it didn't everyone look a little bit samey, really?
Didn't everybody look a little bit samey in with this Vidal Sassoon crop that Mary Kwan had in the 60s and little shift dresses?
You raise an excellent point, Ben. I'm unable to argue with it.
What? I think the 90s, you could either look like Kate Moss in her grunge period, or you could look like a very, very clean white shirt and black trousers that you would see spearheaded by the high street stores like the Gap.
Okay, Ben, I want you to look at me now. Look at me now. I'm wearing jeans, I've got white cons on, a white T-shirt.
And a grey cardigan. Perfect.
Is this good?
Absolutely perfect. Timeless. You get my vote.
Yeah, okay, give me my... Let's go along the line. Chris, no, giving me...
Oh, right, I thought you meant what I'm wearing. I was like, please don't
embarrass
me. Not today. Yeah, I said earlier, I like what you've got going on. You've done your light with your darks and light again with the shoes.
You like?
Are you wearing a belt, by the way?
Yeah, I'm wearing a belt, yes.
Nice.
You have to,
like it,
yes. Box out of 10?
I'd give you a 9, actually.
Oh, Claire?
I'm with you, actually. 9.
Okay, Ben?
Yeah, I'd give you a 9, 10.
All righty.
But that depends. You're not wearing any leather underneath that, are you?
It's not leather, it's latex.
Underneath it.
It's latex.
It's rubber with lots of talcum powder.
It's tight and it's shiny and it works for me, fella. That's all that matters. Okay, so you anything else you want to say in summary about the 90s that was so good?
I think in summary about the 90s is that basically there were extremes and any kind of personality could really find their place.
Okay, so listen, the show is on. It's Style on Trial.
Style on Trial.
It's on tonight at 10 o'clock.
Yep.
On the BBC 4.
On the BBC 4,
BBC 4 is a strange show. I love BBC 4. They show brilliant things. Why don't they show them on BBC 2? I don't understand, why they've got this minority channel that show 2, 3 and 4. 4 in particular shows excellent stuff. You'd rather be on BBC 2, wouldn't you, Ben?
Sure I would.
Of course you would.
Absolutely.
Are you going to be doing...
repeated on BBC 2?
It probably will. I mean, I'm on lots of TV right now.
Oh, well, come on, look at you.
I think it should stay around.
Can I just say, so cool. He's flicking through the Sun going, yeah, I'm on lots of TV.
I haven't seen The Sun in a lot of years.
They've still got that there.
Yeah,
there's that picture on page 3.
They've still got that. What other TV are you doing, Ben? Because I want to see more of you.
Well, I just did Celebrity Cash in the Attic, where I raised money for the Elton John's AIDS Foundation.
Well done.
So they were rooting through my closets and trying in cupboards and drawers and things. I was getting a bit scared sometimes.
I'm a big fan of Cash in the Attic, genuinely. It's a brilliant programme. And the celebrity one I've been watching, it was Wayne Sleep the other day.
I was on Friday.
Oh, have they shown it?
Yeah, they showed, but you can get it on BBC iPlayer.
BBC iPlayer. Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes. Do they set... I'm going to ask you this question here, because they always have a bit where someone goes, oh, well, I've got this thing and I'm not sure if I'm going to take it or not. Did they do that with you, where they made you film one where you said, I'm not sure?
It's not staged as much as you think.
Ben?
It's not staged as much as you think it is. I mean, obviously, you have to go through the house and you have to find things that you would be happy to say
There's
goodbye.
Always a bit
that was difficult. There was one vase, though, that I thought I'd let go. And then I found out the provenance of this vase. And then I called up the place where I bought it and found out that actually, if it went into a serious auction at Christie's or Sotheby's, it would fetch between £600 to £800. So I decided that was not going.
You've got a £600 to £800 vase?
I've got actually a lot of ceramics from the 1950s.
Oh.
Can you call us round next time you decide to chuck stuff
Yeah,
out?
we'll pop round. You should have done Car Booty or something.
And then Project Catwalk.
But they
do a lot of Project Catwalk.
Don't forget that. We're sticking on Cash in the Attic.
Oh, okay.
They always do that thing where you walk into the room and the expert's going, oh, come and have a look at what I've just found. Come on now.
There was one, when I actually saw it, I found out that they were rooting through the drawers in my bedroom, and I was going, oh shoot, she's just one drawer away from a very dangerous place.
We're back to the leather and the latex again. Well, you can stay all day, but you've got to shoot off, haven't you?
I have to shoot off. But call me back and I'll come back again. I have no problem.
Listen, he comes in
comfy, isn't it?
Comes in the big man. I can't stay for long. I've got somewhere else to go. Oh, excuse me. Hey Ben, listen, it's been very nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
And I'm only here for the week, but if I ever fill in for George again, you're my first booking, my friend.
Cool. Cheers.
Let's have some Bob Dylan. Thank you very much. Ben DeLisi, nicest bloke in the world?
Lovely
Is he
chap.
the nicest bloke in the world?
I'm a fan.
I was struggling a bit talking about the 90s. I don't know if you noticed, talking about the fashion, but as soon as we got into Cash in the Attic, bam, we're in there.
Straight in there.
He should
Like Lost as well.
Well, exactly. He should just come in and do like a little film review or something every week as well, or a bit of daytime TV review. Who's brilliant? Just a suggestion. I'm going to send all of these suggestions to George Lamb. If he decides to do it, he does it. If he doesn't decide to do it, that's his problem. Oh, look, the news thing hasn't come up. I need to fire this up. Here we go. So it's time. Sorry. Sorry, I should have done that quietly and not talked through my thoughts. Anyway, it is time now for the BBC Six Music News.
On digital radio and online. BBC Six Music.
Woman charged with care home deaths. Asda prepares for recruitment drive and all-Spanish affair at Aussie Open semi-final.
And in Six Music News, Doherty enlists Coxon, Bob Dylan for Co-op and Streets hit Cambridge.
Six Music.
BBC News at 12:30. I'm Catherine Cracknell.
Six Music.
Yeah, Bob Dylan. Sorry, I will play a record in a bit. I've got Bob Dylan blowing in the wind for the Co-op. Is that right? Yeah. And next he's going to be using Hurricane to advertise Iceland.
Iain Lee on BBC Six Music.
Nuts. I was about to sneeze then, and then the song stopped, so I've had to, like Ninja Master, control it. This is what I meant to mention to Ben DeLisi. I saw the most hideous thing today on the tube. I'm going to say it, don't worry, I'll make it clear. It's a quarter to one, the kids can handle this. There's a man sat opposite me on the tube, a nice bloke, late 20s, wearing like a shirt, like a sort of shirt and a t-shirt and jeans on and stuff. He's about to sneeze, so he's going for the sneeze. He grabbed his shirt collar, sneezed into his shirt, wiped his nose that he's wearing, wiped his nose and then put it back.
God.
Oh, gee.
That's horrible.
No wonder this country's in recession. If there's people like that travelling on the London Underground system, I wanted to say, you need to sort your life out, mate. I don't know why I wanted to tell that to Ben. I think it's involved shirts. He's into fashion.
Yeah.
I liked him. Can I get his number and just, like, hang out with him? And stuff. Are you allowed to give me his number?
No.
No? Okay.
There's a restraining order.
There's a restraining order. I've got a load of emails and texts that are left over from all the nonsense we've been chatting about all day, so let's do some of these now before... Fight Like Apes, which I believe is the album of the day. Is that correct?
That's it.
That's correct. That means I need to put one of those there. So, I've got Soul, but I'm not a soldier. Awful lyric from an overrated, overhyped up bunch of pillocks. Almost as bad, a lot of people have said this, almost as bad as Are We Human or Are We Dancers? What does that even mean? It hurts sometimes.
I know. It's from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Excuse me, calm down. Who's filling in for George Lamb? Is it me or is it you?
I got the facts. I'm keeping you in with the facts.
Okay, but it's still a bad line.
Yeah, okay.
Was that Hunter S. Thompson? That's Fear and Loathing? Is it? Yeah, it was, I think he took drugs, didn't he? Did he take drugs? I think we can say that safely about Hunter S. Thompson. He did. Well, it's nonsense, anyway. Iain, I can categorically say that I've got soul, but I'm not a soldier is complete tosh. Doesn't even make sense. And Mark goes on to say, Mark's argument is flawed. Are they trying to say that only soldiers have souls or should have souls? No, I think we're all wrong on this. Oh, I'm getting told off here. Question. What? This is from Fiona Openshaw. Question. Having returned recently from a 4-year stint in the USA, I have to completely disagree that Americans are rude. I said that when we were talking to the band earlier on, yes. We have been appalled at the rudeness of the Brits in general. In contrast, our experience was the exact opposite in the USA. Yes, a lot of places in America, they're very friendly, but the cab company in Los Angeles is what I was referring to specifically. Very, very rude. Very rude. Oh, here we go. Jimmy Bucketjoy. Now, I agree with you with this, and this band should... Some bands, every year, the Queen gives out honours, like New Year's honours, like you're a lord, you get an MBE and stuff. She should also say that these bands have to split up now because they've done too much damage. For truly shocking lyrics, play any one of the 72 identical singles off of the Scouting for Girls album. Evil, formulaic children... In my other place, I have to pretend they're good. Evil, formulaic children's TV presenters. They should be burned at the stake for their crimes against culture. Well, it's a bit harsh, but I see your point. In fact, while I'm having a moan, throw in all current R&B artists in there as well. I quite like Beyonce, if I have to be honest. My girlfriend oh, come on.
I don't like the new album.
To the left. Well, that's because it's not her. It's her being Sasha Fierce.
Hey, I do like Sasha Fierce.
I don't like Sasha Fierce. I like Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Do what?
I know it's radio, but that's...
To the left. But when she's singing to the left, she always points to the right. So the audience, who are stupid, as me, go, that's our left. Okay, so... to the left, everything you own in a box to the left, in the closet, that's my stuff, yeah, if I bought it, please don't touch, keep tucking that. Okay, just me.
We have Beyonce and Mike Skinner in today as well.
Yeah, I can do them all.
Yep.
Mikey Arwood.
Yes, and this is me. Ian, the Soul Soldier lyric was once beautifully explained by the singer bloke. It made perfect poetic sense, although I can't remember it now, says Tom from Froome. And finally, Steve Robertson in Edinburgh says there's the Scotch are still listening despite all the abuse we've heaped on them and their music.
We can take it.
Well, I was saying my cousin used to play, my dad's cousin used to play for Aberdeen, so I'm allowed to dish it out, I think.
No, you're not.
There's a lot of terrible New Order lyrics, but the one that stands out from me is from Crystal. Here comes love, it's like honey, you can't buy it with money. That's a stinky, stinky lyric. The show's almost finished. What should we do for the last 12 minutes? Play songs, I suppose. In the moment, if you're downstairs listening, you can come up early. We're spent, really, I think. Do I get in trouble for not having played this at the start?
BBC Six Music.
Album of the day.
That's what I meant to, is Fight Like Apes, and their album Fight Like Apes and the Mystery of the Golden Medallion. What a long title. And it's out now.
BBC Six Music. Later this year, they'll be performing at Wembley.
I wish we'd had this email earlier on. I wish we'd had the whole... Basically, in the news at 12:30, there's a story that Bob Dylan's Blowing in the Wind is going to advertise the Co-op. Fantastic. Well done. The thrifty beatnik has sent us an email. When I was living in America, about 10 years ago, this would have been, Bob Dylan used to advertise ladies' underwear for Victoria's Secret, which is like, they're the sexy underwear. They're the... yes. And so we got sent a YouTube clip. The Thrifty Beatnik sent us a YouTube clip, and we're going, okay, it's probably just the song in there. Bob Dylan's in the advert, walking around all these sexy models. Claire called him a dirty old man. It's been brilliant. He's good. What's funny, I mean, hey, well done, Bob. You took the buck was offered and you took it. Well done. But he has got that kind of steely, cold glare as he's wandering around. Look, that's tomorrow's show, is... big stars. And I mean big stars. I don't mean just like Kerry Katona doing the Iceland. I mean like movie stars. Because I'm surprised that that's an American advert, because big American stars normally do adverts in Japan or sometimes in England because they won't get seen in America, so they can get away with it. George Clooney's advertising coffee. I went to the IMAX yesterday to experience 3D, and it's brilliant. But there was an advert with George Clooney for coffee. You think, well... Does he need another $1 million? Really? Surely he can get by.
He could. It's always nice to have another $1 million.
It's always nice. It's always nice to have another $1 million. You're right. If you want to go and see the Bob Dylan advert, it's YouTube. Type in Bob Dylan Victoria's Secret. It's the weirdest thing, isn't it? It's a very... Well, that's tomorrow's show, dear listeners. We are going to hunt down the big stars that have done adverts. That's the whole Lost in Translation thing, isn't it? Bill Murray. Bill Murray's actually in an advert, though, isn't he, for something? We'll find out. We'll have it for you tomorrow. Don't worry, it's all going to be there. Hannah's emailed in. Ian, I thought that JCVD sounded like something I might... It's just a shame it ends in VD. That's why it sounds like you're doing a joke. But it's Jean-Claude Van Damme. JCVD sounded like something I might have made up on a Saturday night, but it's real and it looks good. There's a trailer for that as well. I'm just YouTubing it all afternoon, for goodness sakes. Let's do a couple more of these. I've got plums, but I'm not a plumber. Makes as much sense. None, says Drew in Weymouth. And this is the final comment. We were talking about the 90s earlier on. The fashion of the 90s. What a load of rubbish. The 90s was the most boring decade for fashion ever. It was all right. It was better than the 70s and the 80s.
No.
The 70s were
70s
awful.
brilliant.
Kip a tie. There's a joke. There's a joke, isn't there? In the punchline is kip a tie.
Cup of tea.
Yeah, it's cup of tea, isn't it? Cup of tie.
You're thinking of Vic Reeves and Bob Mortimer.
Oh, is that what I'm thinking of? Those blooming idiots. Those. Hey, listen, I think that we're done now. We've just got time for the Flaming Lips, and then we's out of here. I'm back tomorrow at 10 o'clock, filling in for George. I'm going to let this song finish because it's nice, bit of jazz. After the Flaming Lips, it's Nimona. She's got Gus Van Sant on. I'm very, very envious. We said that bloke talking about clothes. What's that all about? He was good.